the Chase Young rumors, I would have said possibly a fit in Pittsburgh before the Markus Golden signing. But I go back to a few years ago when Mike Tomlin is on the sideline before a game in Washington.
And he said, yeah.
So I'm not going to say never, Ike, but I go back to that conversation and just the way he's interacting. And you talk about that look Coach T can give a player. And he's essentially saying, I'm paraphrasing here, like, we're never in a high enough draft slot to draft someone that looks like you. Now, with Young, 3 games last season, 9 games in the 2021 season, injuries have been there. Right. Before the Golden signing, I would have said, yeah, sure, Steelers need edge rushing depth. But Alex Highsmith in a contract season, I expect him to play at a Pro Bowl level. He was right there last year, stepping up in TJ Watt's absence. We know what Watt can do. Markus Golden on a great deal as well, very team-friendly deal and willing to accept his role too. He's said that to reporters, and I think that's the difference between Ingram, Melvin Ingram a few years back, and then Markus Golden coming in, because Ingram just wanted to get on the field. Each player's a little bit different, but I'm not going to say never with Chase Young. I think there are other teams. You mentioned the Lions earlier. Put Chase Young on the Lions opposite Aiden Hutchinson, then you got action in Detroit. So I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I just don't see how it fits in Pittsburgh.
Well, Omar being a GM, nothing is impossible. That's how I look at it. One.
Yeah.
Two is like, if Pittsburgh is all in on thinking they can do something this year, and that's what it's looking for me on how they just moving strategically throughout the offseason. So if Pittsburgh feel like they all in this year, that's a luxury pick.
Could I ask you something, Ike? Like, I was thinking about this. You bring in Cole Holcomb and Landon Roberts at the inside linebacker position. But beyond that, the depth is something that's a bit of a concern of mine. If you were to sign another edge rusher, or if you were to make a move to trade for a Chase Young, Ike, could you move one of the edge rushers to an inside linebacker spot, or do some sort of sub package where normally you would only have 2 edge rushers, but to get different kinds of players that normally wouldn't play on the inside on the field? That's something I've been wondering about.
That's why you pick up Keanu Neal. He's got an inside linebacker body.
I see.
You know,
that makes sense as a thumper.
And if it's one thing he won't do, he won't come downhill. You know, he's like 215, 220. So yeah, he might be a little bit undersized, but you know, you just create the mismatches. I mean, you look at the two dogs sitting in the middle, you know, so you tell your 2 dogs between Cam and company, hey, y'all get vertical upfield, let the 2 inside linebackers roam free, you know. So right now we're playing with speed, and that's what Pittsburgh is banking on. They're playing with speed right now.
Now that you say that, that makes all the sense in the world to me too, considering the teams in your division. So Baltimore reloading with the receivers, OBJ, Zay Flowers in the draft, Nelson Aguilar in free agency as well, to create weapons for Lamar Jackson, pairing them with Mark Andrews, the tight end position. And then we know what Cincinnati can do, and the weapons they have might have the best receiver trio in the league. Don't sleep on Amari Cooper in Cleveland as well, one of the best route runners in the league, and consistently putting up 1,000-yard seasons consistently.
With any quarterback.
So my point being that traditional 3-4 base package that you would normally play.
Right.
In the modern NFL, you're probably going to a nickel with 5 DBs on the field, probably going to a dime quite a bit too, as teams run more spread out, more shotgun formations. I'm just talking out loud here in terms of, okay, which players are going to be on the field when you're trying to stop an opposing offense?
It just depends on who you're playing, you know. Right now, just looking at the way the roster is set up, you know, 4-2-5. What I mean by 4-2-5 is 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and 5 DBs. You know, that's a lot of speed. Your 5th DB got to be something like a linebacker. And that number 5 linebacker body is Keanu Neal. You know, he played strong safety for Dallas at some point in time, outside linebacker at one point in time. And right now, just for me, just guessing, Mark, off of what I'm seeing, you know, they playing with speed right now. They playing with young speed. You got Minka, he's sitting back there, Hall of Famer. He's all the way in his prime. He still got 3-4 years left to be in his prime. Then after Minka, You got Pat Pete. He gonna wind up being a Hall of Famer. So you got your smarts and wits about that. Then you just picked up 2 young studs. You picked up Jay, and damn near the first round, 32nd pick in the draft. That's young, some youth that you was looking for. And you get some a few more other corners. But then, you acquire Holcomb from the Redskins, and if you just keep looking at his tape, you're like, man, this dude here is really, really good.
The thing I like about Holcomb too, and this is an indication of a smart player, Ike, when they have the green dot on the helmet, meaning they're handling the communication for their team, and he did that in Washington.
He's the Luke Kuechly. Like he's the Luke Kuechly. He's gonna be the Luke Kuechly for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's exactly I'm talking about from zone coverage to man coverage to blitz. There's not too many people who can do all 3. Holcomb can do all 3.
I'm excited to see his mohawk come training camp too, or the mullet. I'm sorry, the mullet.
Yeah, he told his wife, "Baby, I love you, but I got to keep this mullet for the wedding."